on, you know, so they might trickle on and you might see them leave and then come back. Or
So how long is this webinar?
1 hour or
Do you want
less.
someone to be up there with you?
Okay.
No, stay down here, Gabby.
Okay, I'm staying down here.
He wants an audience.
I need an audience.
Okay. I brought my computer.
And yeah, sit on the first or second row where you can see the TV good.
We can look at his Facebook page.
Jump. Oh, you got one notification.
Jump.
Your feet don't touch the floor?
I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding.
No, we don't. But you want a water? I'll get you one.
I'm sorry.
I'm on
So how long
Facebook
is
and I
this
got 21 notifications.
Good lord.
1 hour.
I'm fabulous!
I never had that many. No one likes me.
Oh, I need to get internet.
No, stay down here, Gabby. I need an audience. Yeah, so
Why is it saying this right now?
We're going to be hearing ourselves. We can look at this.
Jump. Oh, you got one notification.
Your feet don't touch the floor? We're hearing ourselves talk. I'm sorry.
I'm fabulous!
So we gotta fix that.
There we go.
Oh, that looks good. All right, you ready? Hey, Lonnie, will you turn off that music?
Water.
Oh, right here, buddy. Okay. Are you online?
Yes, she is.
Gabby?
Gabby? Gabby?
And are you online? You're probably not, huh? You need the website or the URL or the password?
Yeah.
So go to Truett Home,
Which one? 2.4?
Truett Home Router 2.4.
Ooh, that goes to the right one.
And then the password is capital T, capital T, H-E, and then capital K, capital T, 4, capital,
5.
oh, 5, I'm sorry. Capital T, yep, E-A-M. And the H-E on the is not capitalized.
Is the AM?
Nope. So just, yep, and then H-E is not capitalized.
How do
There you go.
I already reserved my spot. Now, how do I just get on?
You go to that link that I sent you.
Mm-hmm.
It's the, let's see.
Because I went.
You have the email I just sent you?
This one?
Where's the email I just sent you?
Email. That's what it is.
Yeah, because it's a private link, so
Okay, then I got
if
it.
you go to the email, you'll see that. Oh, look at it. We got an infinity loop.
It will never end.
Oh no.
I hate those.
Okay, so we're going to get started, everybody. So welcome, Kendrick. Appreciate you being here. And everybody watching online, when you get on, if you would just click right here and let us know where you're from and who you're, or where you're, yeah, who you are and where you're from. That would be cool. All right. And today's seminar is on how to make graphics with no budget and no skills. And I don't know about you guys, but if you're anything like me, I don't have a lot of skills. So I needed something, you know, as a pastor, and I've been pastoring for about 25 years. As an introduction, for those of you who may not know who I am, my name is Kevin Truitt. I'm the senior pastor of Connection Life Church in Salem, Oregon. This is the first time we've ever done this, but I've had so many people come up to me, especially pastors, who needed help with their graphics. And so they would always ask me, hey, Kev, who does your graphics? Who did your graphics? And I could tell them that I did it, but for a long time I was just buying graphics, and graphics are expensive, especially if you're getting high quality images produced by very skilled graphic designers. That could be very expensive, and sometimes it gets a little overwhelmingly expensive. So I had to figure out a way to do it myself, and through years of research and searching online and figuring things out, we were able to come up with this system that will allow us to create stunning graphics for our sermons and our ministry stuff within minutes. And today we're going to show you how to do that. So again, if you're logging on to our Ustream, you can just say hello right over here in the chat box and let us know where you're from. That would be fantastic, okay? So let's talk about graphics and how to get graphics for your next sermon series and your next ministry event, that sort of thing. How do you get them? I had so many pastors coming up to me asking me how to get them, and so this is where you get to do that. There are a lot of resources online, believe it or not, where you can find really high quality images, and I'm talking about images that you could blow up as big as 20 by 30, and we actually have some 20 by 30 posters. In fact, let's see, Drew, would you do me a favor? Go in my office, grab the refuge poster right in the corner. Just grab that for me real quick. I'll show you an example of what a 20 by 30 poster looks like. When I first started my church, we didn't have the technology that we're using today. We didn't have all the big screens. We didn't have all the projection. We didn't have any of that. So what we did is we created these stunning posters in 20 by 30 full color, and we framed them, and we set those on easels on the front of the stages, and that's how we kind of got our message across graphically, is we would create these posters. Thanks, Drew. So here's an example of a 20 by 30. It's 20 inches this way and 30 inches this way, full color. And I'm going to teach you guys how you can create something like this within minutes and then actually order them really inexpensively. So this is kind of an example of what you can create. We were creating all of our church graphics on this size poster and then putting them up around the church because we didn't have all of the television screens that we have today. So we'll show you how to do that. Graphics are super important. I believe that in your church you should have a level of excellence, right, Gabby?
Yeah.
A level of excellence in all areas of your ministry, whether it's teaching, whether it's music, whether it's hospitality, or whether it's media. And so for our church, we want to try to portray that level of excellence in the media as well. And that includes your graphic design, that includes your videos, all kinds of media, your streaming. We want to make sure that we use excellence in that. So with that being said, we had to find a way to create stunning graphics with very little skills and training and very little budget. Literally, you can do this with zero budget. In other words, the graphics that we're going to design today, you can literally create them for your church, for your ministry, with $0. And I'm also going to show you how to do it to create them within 5 minutes, so which is really cool. Have a stunning graphic. So this is my Facebook page for the church media training, and you can see here I used an example of one of our graphics that we created in about 5 minutes called Jump, and you may want to teach a series on Jump. So what is Jump? Jump means really just maybe jumping out in faith, forgetting about your past, and really just jumping out and trusting God in all that you do and in everything that you, in however you live. So there's just a theme for you called Jump. I have a text, Philippians 3:13, which talks about forgetting what's in the past and embracing what is ahead and jumping out in faith and embracing what God has for you ahead. So this is just an example. We created this graphic in about 5 minutes. And if you click on it, you can see the full graphic looks like this. And we'll probably see it again in some of the other examples. There's the full graphic. And that is actually a 20 by 30, so you can literally print that in the size of the poster that I showed you, frame it, and be on your way with some really stunning graphics to go with your theme, okay? So we're going to show you how to do that. But we believe that excellence is the key. We want to do everything with excellence. You can no longer just cut and paste stuff using really inadequate graphics. People will not be listening. Now, here's the thing we have to remember, is that your message never changes. If you're a pastor out there, your message never changes. We're preaching the gospel, we're teaching the gospel, but sometimes you have to change your presentation. What I mean by that is, let's just take the very foundation of salvation, John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life, correct? So that message is never ever going to change. That's the gospel of Jesus Christ and salvation. However, the way you present that message has to change because of the culture that we live in. So today we present that gospel a little differently than we would have presented it 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago. I remember when I was a kid, my dad was a pastor, and he would have all these really cool sermons, and I remember the tape ministry. We had this tape duplicator, and we would seriously have cassette tapes lined up down the counter on this duplicator. We had like 12 of them, high-speed duplicator. We'd put the master in that we just recorded at church, and then we'd put the master in, and then we'd put all these blanks in. We'd push a button, and it would just, and it would literally, cruise through these cassette tapes, making a copy. And then we'd hand out these tapes, and people would line up to buy these cassette tapes of their message. Today, if I were to take that same exact message and go on the street corners of Salem and hand out that cassette tape, people they want the message, but they don't know what to do with that cassette tape, right? They just don't know what to do with it. So we're not changing the message, but we have to change the package. So we just came out of our Refuge conference, which was awesome. And the messages were incredible, but I didn't sell a bunch of cassette tapes with all those messages. But what we did is we took all of the messages and we digitally recorded them. We placed them on flash drives so that people could buy a flash drive, stick it in their computer, and listen to every message in an instant. So the message didn't change, but the way we packaged it changed. So it's the same thing. When I was a young youth pastor, I used to literally find images in a book, a literal physical paper book. And if I saw a cool graphic of a guy lifting weights drawn, I'd say, oh, that's a cool one. And I would take that page and I would photocopy it on a copy machine. Then I would cut it out, and then I would tape it to my stuff that I was building, and then I would make a whole bunch of photocopies of that. And that's how we did it. Today, it's similar in the sense that we're going to take it and we're going to do all the same things, but we're going to do it digitally, and I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So this is Church Media Connection and our very first webinar, and let's get started on how exactly to do that. I'm going to introduce to you some resources. So the first thing we got to learn is where are we going to find these images. Second thing is how are we going to edit these images, and then thirdly, how are we going to publish these images? What's going to be our main way of getting it out into the public? So for the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the image that we need, okay? Now, there are a lot of resources that you can go to. Today I'm going to just focus on one, okay? I'm going to focus on one resource. And that resource is found at, and let me just pull it up for you. Let's see. Let me open another tab here. It's called Pexels.com, Pexels.com, Pexels.com. You can go to this site and you can grab a whole bunch of really high quality images, okay? And the cool thing about Pexels is that it's completely free and it's royalty free. This is important because you don't want to take somebody's work that is copyrighted and they did a lot of work and that's expensive. And so that's the cool thing about this site is it's completely free. So let me show you where you can see what the license is all about. So if I go to license, I believe it is. The internet here is not working too quickly. Hopefully you guys are doing okay online, that are watching online. Maybe it's this link right here. There we go. Photo license. This is on Pexel's website, and you can see how right here it says it's hard to understand complex licenses. That is why all photos on Pexels are licensed under what we call the Creative Commons Zero. If you find any images under Creative Commons Zero, this means you can copy, you can modify, you can distribute, and you can perform the photos. The pictures are free for personal and even commercial use, all without asking for permission or setting a link to the source. Now you might find some other resources which I will show you at a later time, or you can write to us. We could show you some more resources where you can get some photos. You can use them completely free, but they're asking that you set a link on your website or give credit where you got that image. You can use it however you want, but you got to give credit. In this particular website, that's not even necessary. You don't have to ask permission, and you don't need to give a link to the source. You don't have to give any attribution at all. You can just do whatever you want. All in all, the photos are completely free to be used for any legal purpose. The only restriction that you have on these Creative Commons Zero images is that if there are identifiable people in the images that you see, and you just happen to know them, you cannot portray them in a negative way, in a bad or offensive way. In other words, you can't do an anti-anything campaign and use somebody's actual image of their face in that campaign, okay? But if you're just using it for graphic design in your sermon series or whatever, you're totally fine, and you can find a lot of photos that way right here at pexels.com. So let's just see what they've got. If we just go back to Pexels. The cool thing about this site is they add 10 new high-quality photos every single day. Some you'll use, some you won't use, but there's a lot to choose from. So you can see these are high-quality images. You can choose any of these that you want. For example, here's one right here that I can see right off the bat. If I use this image right here, you can download for free. Okay, so I clicked on the image, then you're going to see this download button. You could you could get it small, or you can get it original size. I always just download the original size and then I resize it if I need to. But I could download the original size, and you can customize the size if you want. You know, if you don't see the size you need, you could do that as well. You click download. So I'm going to click download, and you're going to see the picture come up. Now, looking at this picture right here, for those of you that are live here, do you see any kind of application for this picture right here? What do you think? If you could just think of some application for this picture, how would you use this image? What message would you try to portray with this image? Anybody? What do you think, Gabby?
I could see like this being like Bob's devotion, or the thing.
Like a devotional, yeah. Like Bob's Bible study?
Yeah, the Bible study.
Yeah, so you can use this to promote a Bible study. What else? Anybody else? Anything else? Drew, anybody? What if you're promoting a journaling campaign? Like you're trying to get your whole church to journal, right? So you could actually use this image to create a promotion for journaling, right? So let's just do that real quick, okay? So we found the image we want to use. Now, in order to save it, you right-click on the image, okay? So you can see I right-click. Now, when you right-click on the image, and I'm on a PC, not a Mac. You Mac users will know what I'm talking about. But if you right-click on the image, you'll see these options. We're going to save image as, okay? So we're going to save image as, and then here you go. I'm going to save it in a default folder that I called Pictures, Church Media Connection, Canvas. The reason I'm calling it Canvas is because there's no titles on it whatsoever. I'm going to add the title, right? I'm going to add all the other stuff. So this is a blank canvas for me, okay? So I'm going to save it into Canvas. I'm going to name it, what should we name it? How about journal underscore coffee cup? So I'm doing that. So that way I know when I see the title, I'll know what I'm looking for. All right, so you can see right here at the bottom of my screen that it is now saved to my computer. You follow me? Now we're going to open this up. I'm going to just go ahead and open this image up, and you'll see that it's saved in my computer. Now I have it, and I have it to use however I want. And if I'm going too fast or you have any questions, just raise your hand so I know you have a question, and we'll just stop and address it. If you're online and you have a question, just type it in the chat box, and we'll try to get to you as soon as we see that, okay? So now this is open on my computer, and I want to edit it. Okay, so now if you have any editing software, you can do that. Do you guys have editing software? Gabby, you have editing software?
Kind of.
Kind of? Okay, how about you, Kendrick? So you have editing software. So you can open this in your editing software, which I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to take this image, and I'm going to go ahead and open with, and I'm going to choose my editing software. You'll have to forgive me, my computer's a little bit slow. I'm going to use Photoshop. So we found the image that we want. Our theme is going to be daily journals, okay, or journaling or something like that. We're gonna promote journaling in church so that we do our devotions every day and we write down our journals. So we found the image that we want to use, and now we're putting it in our editor, which in this case for me it's Adobe Photoshop. And I'm going to show you how to get Photoshop, by the way, for absolutely free, okay? So now you see the image that we just found online, what, 60 seconds ago? We just found it online 60 seconds ago. We already know that it's royalty free. We can use it however we want for personal use or commercial use. So we're free to use it how we want. So here we go. We've got our picture. Now I'm going to add the text that I need. So how would we promote it? Anybody? Daily journal? Just title it Daily Journal, or how about Start Your Journal?
Yeah.
Start Your Journal. So that's what we'll title it. So I'm going to click this button over here on the left, which is the T for text. I'm going to come over here and kind of place it somewhere on the image, and then I'm going to type in Start Your Journal. And then I'll type in today, okay, because I'm really wanting to promote this. We're going to go over this next, but let me just do it real fast to show you that it can be done. I'm going to highlight all this. I'm going to make my space even. I'm going to go right justify. I'm going to make it much bigger. I'm going to go 150 on that. I'm going to show you this in a second. Your spacing needs to equal the size of your text. All right, so it would actually be cool if I could read it on the book itself. So maybe, what if we went like this? And then I sized it up to be inside the journal. Something like that, you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I'm gonna want this font to stand out a little bit more, so I'm gonna right click here. We're gonna go over this soon, but just for the sake of showing you what we're going to be doing, I'm just gonna do it. So I'm gonna add a drop shadow, and I'm going to increase the size of that drop shadow, the distance, so you can really see it stand off that page. Do you see that? Okay. And maybe we do it just a little bit more. Maybe we go down distance a little bit more. Too much. How's that? Okay. And maybe we add an outer glow. I'm gonna show you guys how to do this in just a second, so that way you can see it, the difference, the contrast between the shadow. There you go. So start your journal today, and there you go. So now you've got your promotional image, and you might say something like, let's drop this down to 100. I'm gonna say, see Gabby for details. Okay, I'm going to change that to a white font because I'm going to put it on the table next to the coffee cup. Like that. So this is our see Gabby for details. And might want that to pop out a little bit. So I'm going to drop shadow that. Maybe change the shadow to white. What if we did that and we changed this font? Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. So we're going to keep it white. We're going to change that shadow back to black. There you go. All right, so that's how we just created our promo for journaling, okay? So let's say you're in your church and you're pastor and you're in charge of graphics design. You don't have any skills, you don't have any money. I just showed you how in about 3 minutes to find the graphic and edit the graphic, and now we'll save the graphic. So now that you have this, we're going to come up here, save as. We're going to save it as a JPEG, just like that. And now it's no longer a canvas. So why is it no longer a canvas? It's no longer a canvas because we've already painted the canvas with our text and with our theme and everything like that. So it's no longer a canvas, right? Oh, let me mute that. So it's no longer a canvas. So I'm going to not do it there anymore. I'm going to do it I'm going to create a new folder. Call it promo camp. No. Let's go event campaigns. Okay. I'm going to call this now journal today. Hit enter. Okay. And now we've got it. So now on my computer, I'm going to go up here, Sermon Graphics, go to Church Media Connection, Event Campaigns, Journal Today. And this is the graphic that you and I just made in how fast? Like 5 minutes or less. And that's called Start Your Journal Today. That's the promo that we're going to do. That's how we do that. So where do you get the software editing, software that you have? Kendrick said he already has some. So that's cool. Gabby said that she has sort of an editing software. There's a couple ways you can edit these, okay? The first way I'm going to show you is through a company online that is completely free, or at least you can start free, and it's called PicMonkey, PicMonkey.com, PicMonkey.com. Our youth pastors use this quite a bit. It's intuitive, it's easy to use. It's called PicMonkey.com. You can literally edit images completely free on here. So edit for free, no registration needed. Instead of logging in, I'm going to go ahead and hit edit for free. It's called PicMonkey.com. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to, now it's up, and this is their default canvas, but we're going to open up the blank canvas that we want. So we're going to go open my computer. I'm going to go back to that blank canvas. Remember, it was the journal coffee cup. So it's blank. I'm going to click on that. And now basically what it's doing is it's loading my blank canvas into PicMonkey. It says, hang on a sec. Now you're going to choose an image setting. This is important. If you want to really blow this thing up into poster size, you're going to want the King Kong, which is the maximum size image, so you can blow it up on a poster bigger. Or if you're just doing online, you might want it to be smaller, which is called Jack. Bubbles is the default, which is recommended, but you can see it's going to be anywhere from 5 to 7 to 8 megapixels in size. For this purposes, so we could go a little faster, I'm going to just choose Jack. which is a smaller image. I'm going to click Save. And now we're working at that smaller image size. So now I've got my blank canvas, and we're going to do the exact same thing. We want to create a promo for journaling. So with this blank canvas, I'm going to add some text, which is right here, text. I'm going to click on text. I'm going to choose a font. They have plenty of different fonts. If you see the crown next to it, that means it's a premium feature, so you have to pay in order to use that. But there's plenty without having to pay for it. So we'll just use something like how about Pencil Pete? Oh, that has a crown next to it. What am I thinking? How about Eraser Dust? Eraser Dust. And we're going to click it, and we're going to add text. And now here's our text box. I'm going to type in my text. You double click on there, and you're going to type in, how about we'll just say journal today. And maybe in this one, I'm going to try this. Okay. I'm going to rotate this right here and kind of follow the lines of the journal itself. See that? Journal today. And then I'm going to add another text box. I'm going to type in C. Gabby Myers for details. Okay, so that went back to the default. I got to hit Eraser Dust like that. I'm going to curve it also with the lines of the paper. Hopefully those of you that are watching online are seeing it okay. I know that our internet's kind of slow here. I'm going to resize it. So journal today, see Gabby Myers for details. That's it. Let's say that's good enough. Maybe I want journal today a little bit bigger. Just make it a little bigger. Just by grabbing the bars and pulling it out, making that a little bigger. Okay. And now you're going to save. You're going to save it to your computer. I'm not in Canvas anymore. Canvas is for blanks. I'm going to go to Event Campaigns, and I'm going to call it Journal Today version 2. And now if I go back to my computer, it's saved. I'm going to go to Event Campaigns, Journal Today. This is Journal Today 1, which we made with Photoshop, right? And then we're going to go back, and that's Journal Today version 2. And we made online completely free. Make sense? All right, so again, that was pickmonkey.com, where you can do whatever you want with it. In addition to that, you have some other features like you've got little overlays that you can add. For example, let's say we want to overlay some, let's go with an overlay of, let's just go paper scraps. And let's just do like this one right here. Right, you can put that anywhere you want. And your blend modes, you can do normal, you can change it, you can overlay it so that it's kind of transparent looking, see there? And you can do all of that completely free. And now you've added that overlay, okay? So that's over here under paper scrap, under overlays, or what do you call that? They call that overlays. Yeah, makes sense. Overlays, okay? I'm going to delete that. You can also put different themes. Let's go school theme. And let's go yearbook theme. We're just going to pick, I don't know what it's going to do. We're about to all find out together. And then I can Yeah, I have no idea what that's doing. Oh, effect. I have no idea what that does. I think it just creates that effect of that look, that class pix type coloring and whatnot. You could also frame your stuff. So they have a cool museum matte frame if you want to get really classy with it. So it just and that's going to save onto your image as well, these frames. Okay, so if I was to save it again, it would have the frame on it. You can adjust the frame, the thickness of the frame, like that. Okay. This white inner part of the frame, the matte part, you can adjust the size of that matte part. See that? So now you've got like a framed image. Any questions about that stuff? Okay, I'm going to cancel that. The other thing you can do in PicMonkey is you can crop it. So if we wanted to crop it, we can go crop, and then this is important, especially if you have to change the size. So let's say you want to upload this on Facebook for an event, okay? Let's go there. So in Facebook, I've got a page here, and you can hit me up on Facebook or something. I can send you the link to this page. But it's going to show you the exact size that you need for a Facebook cover photo or an event size. So if I want to create an event called Journal Today, the dimension is going to be 851 pixels by 315 pixels. Now, when you're sizing your image, there's going to be two different kinds of sizes. Well, there's many, but the ones most familiar are going to be how many inch by inch, like 20 inches by 30 inches, or how many pixels. And in this case, it's 851 pixels by 315 pixels. So I'm going to make a note of that. I want to make this image 851 pixels by 315 pixels in order to look good on a Facebook event page. Following me? So let's go ahead and go back to our PicMonkey and see where it says actual size. Now PicMonkey, I believe, already has some presets, but they're not always right. See Facebook timeline? Let's just see what that does. Oh, that might be right, actually. Yeah, it is, actually. See how it pre-populated it to 851 by 315? That's what we just looked at. So we were going to crop it to be 851 by 315, but here it's already done it for us. So if we were to crop this, it's going to be the exact size that we need for our Facebook event. So now once you set that size, you can drag this to include whatever part of this picture you want to. So in this case, I'll do right there. Are you guys doing it with me, or what are you guys doing? Are you guys doing it with me?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Look at it. You're doing it with me. Okay, so you can see on my screen, see how I'm dragging it right here? That's the 851 by 315. As soon as I click apply, it's going to crop it to the exact part that I need. And that is 851 by 315. See on my screen there? Did you guys crop it also? Awesome. So now I'm going to save. Again, I'm going to hit save. But on the file name, I'm going to save to my computer. On the file name, these are event campaigns. I'm going to keep it the same name, Journal Coffee or Journal Today version 2, but I'm going to add to the end of this Facebook, FB. The reason I do that is so that I remember, okay, that was the size I needed for Facebook. So I'm going to hit save. And now it's saving it under that size. Okay? Let me just see if there's anybody with questions. Oh, yeah. Glad Tidings is with us. That's awesome. We're going to have the infinite loop here pretty soon, but I wanted to say hi to Glad Tidings. Welcome. Hope we're not lagging too much, but still loading. Okay, so let me get out of there. All right, so this is our free church media training event, which you guys all signed up for, right? So I'm going to change this event photo to what we just created, okay? Now we already know that this image here needs to be 851 by 315, which we just did. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to hit change event photo. I'm going to upload the new photo that I want it to be, which is Journal Today version 2 for Facebook. I'm going to double click on that. Facebook is going to upload that to my account, and it's going to be the exact size that we need to look good on our event page. I'm going to hit Save Changes. And Gabby Myers, it's actually not Myers, it's Meyer, not Myers, right? Yeah, I put Myers, sorry. So now everybody that goes to this event page is going to see this new image called Journal Today. See Gabby Myers for details. And they're going to be like, who's Gabby Myers? I know Gabby Meyer. So that's the perfect size. Now, let me just tell you that sometimes you can get away with a full-size photo. Let me show you what that looks like. Upload photo today. And let's go with the full-size. Journal Today, not made for Facebook. Facebook will allow you to upload a different size, but it's only going to show you 851 pixels by 315 pixels. Okay? And as it's uploading, it's a lot bigger, so it takes a little bit longer. But especially with this weak sauce internet that we have. Come on, come on, come on. I don't know what it's doing. It's kind of stuck. We'll just let it go. Oh, there it goes. There it is. Okay, so this is the full-size image, and no, it didn't do it. It's kind of stuck. Let's go say hi to Dawn. I can't see the chat any longer. Let's try it again. Upload photo. We're going to go full size. It could be that we just got too much going on our internet right now to make that happen the right way. Okay, there it is. Okay, so it's going to let me upload the full size. Now this could be any size you want. However, it's only going to show you this 851 by 315 space. So you have to drag it to where you want it to be. Okay, so it's the whole image, but we're going to show it right there. Okay, and then I'm going to hit Save Changes, and now it's showing everybody what I want them to see, but it's the full image, so there's a lot they're not seeing. Now, you can do that. Now, this is where you want to design it with Facebook in mind, because let me show you what won't work. Let's upload the very first one that I did, which is Journal Today version 1. And you'll see why this doesn't work. Because I didn't keep Facebook in mind when I was doing it. And I apologize for it taking so long. Well, what's going to happen is that very first image that we did, do you remember what it looked like? Let me show you. The Journal Today, number 1. See how this comes way down here, you guys? But the image for Facebook is rectangular. It's not diagonal. So it's going to come and it's going to cut part of it off, because we didn't keep that in mind when we built it. So it's not really created well for Facebook. So anytime you're doing your church media, you're going to want, if you're going to be putting it on Facebook or other social media, you're going to want to keep in mind that horizontal look that Facebook and other social medias make you do. Okay, so we're getting hung up, but that's okay. Hannah is online with us also. Hi, Hannah. Good to see you. And then Dawn from Dawn is with us. Awesome. Okay. All right, so we went over how to find the graphics, and I'm going to just recap, and then we're going to build one for you guys one more time so you can see how to do it, okay? Let's recap real quick. We went to pexels.com, which is right here, pexels.com, and that's where you can find a whole bunch of stunning images. We took that into Photoshop right here, and we edited it. If you don't have Photoshop, you can also go to picmonkey.com, which is completely free to use, and we edited it here. Okay? We saved it in both a full-size image and we saved it in a Facebook-size image, and that's where we came up with our two images ready to be used. We added the text, we figured out the theme, and we did all of that, well, besides the teaching part, in relatively quick 5 minutes, okay? So let's run through this one more time, and what I'd like to do is an exercise with everybody online, everybody here live, and let's build one out, okay? So Drew is one of our guys learning how to, learning how to do pastoral stuff. Let's say you're preaching, Drew. Let's just think of a theme. What kind of theme would you, let's just make one up. What?
Chains are gone.
Chains are gone. Okay, that's awesome. So like breaking the chains, that sort of thing. Okay, so what would we do first? Okay, he's preaching this Sunday. He has no graphics and he needs one fast. What would we do? Well, the first thing we could do is go to free stock photos or pexels.com where I showed you, right? And we're going to just search. Let's just search for chains. Chains. Let's see if there are any images of chains, okay? And right away, you see some images of chains. Now, these are sponsored by Shutterstock, so they're going to make you pay for those. But these right here are not, okay? So we've got one here. You might like that. There's a bicycle chain. There's a bike chain to a bicycle. And I don't know if you like any of those. Do you like any of those?
No.
Okay, well, let's go to another site. I've got another one we could try. And let's search for there. Through there. This site, I apologize, all of a sudden we're getting kind of bogged down, is called freepick.com, same sort of licensing that we had on the other Pexels. And let me go ahead and type in chains and see if there's any photos on this site that we can use. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 computers streaming right now over our really cheesy internet, so that's why it's taking a little while. We're going to search. Come on.
There's some weird ones.
What's that?
You have some weird ones.
You already, oh, look at that. Let me kill that.
Oh, snap.
Let's try it again. So some of you are beating me to it. Why is that?
That's a cool one.
Okay, let's try it again. Chains. Search. There we go. All right. So you can see right away you come up with like vectors and icons and clip art. I just want to look at the photos. So I'm going to come up here and click photos. And there we go. All right. So Drew, this might entice you a little bit more, right? So you've got a chain here, which is kind of cool. That same one that was on the other site is right there. Some of these don't look like chains. They look like guitars. But there's tons. And let's just real quickly pick one. Okay, we got jewelry. All right, let's just go back to that first one just for the sake of time. You can search through all of these that you want. What do you see? What do you see, Gabby? Let me see.
Same thing.
Yeah, I do too. So let's go to those. Let's go. Do you want to go with this green one or do you want this one?
The green one.
The green one. Okay, so let's pick the green one. So this is a lock green door. Our theme is break the chains. And we're going to save this. See here how it says free download. So we're going to free download it. Now it's downloading, or it should be downloading. Or it's taking us to the page that you downloaded from. Ay, ay, ay. Sorry, guys. For those of you online, we're going to replay this if you came in late. So I'll be sending everybody a link to the replay if you need to look at it again, follow it again. Come on. Is yours already up? You guys are already beating me, huh? You guys are like already done. You guys, hey, we already got the pastor. We got a poster already ordered and everything. What'd you say, Kendrick?
I'm using my phone's hotspot.
Oh, so you're doing a lot faster than I am. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you guys.
You got like so many different windows still searching.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Close out, like, half of them.
Yeah, let me go like this. My goodness. Okay, I'm going to show you a little secret. I'm just going to copy this, save this image right here, just for the sake of time. But you would download that image, then you would open up your PicMonkey. So let me just do this. Save image as.
Let's see if that pulls up.
I'm waiting. Jeez Louise. I'm going to close this out. There we go. This is my canvas, so I'm going to go chain. Just my whole computer just slowed down. Chain and lock. It's a canvas. It just downloaded. Okay, fine, whatever. So here we go. So there's my. I'm going to just. Where did it save it to? That's the question. Let's go to canvas. Chain and lock. Okay, so it's right there. Let me just double click that, make sure. Yep, okay. So now that we have it saved, right, the chain and lock, Drew, this is your sermon. We're going to go into PicMonkey. We're going to open. We're going to go to our canvases. I'm going to select chain and lock. There you go. All right, so chain and lock. What, based on this image, what are you going to title it?
Breaking the chain of deceit.
Break the chains of deceit. Okay. I'm going to make this bigger. I'm going to center the font. I'm going to choose a font. We'll call it Good Dog or whatever, School Bell. And make it even bigger. I'm going to put it where you can read it. My computer's being super weird. I think it's trying to you know how it tries to update when you don't want it to? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I hate that, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to put it all on one line. Chains of deceit on the bottom. I'm going to change the font color to white. And I'm going to show you what happens when you choose an overlay, because an overlay is kind of cool. You don't want to overuse it, but it's pretty cool. I'm going to go white, and then I'm going to choose, bring this bigger. There you go. I'm going to choose an overlay effect. Now see how that overlays over the actual image itself, so you can still read it, but you see the image behind it, kind of through it. And if you need it to be a little bit brighter, what you can do is, here's a little trick for you guys. You take this, and then you basically duplicate it. And it looks like they took the duplicate out. So you can't duplicate it. But you could just recreate it again and overlay it on itself, because it's not going to let you duplicate it. Okay, so break the chains of deceit, but just because I can't do it the way I want to, I'm going to go ahead and do it like that. Break the chains of deceit. Now, here's what we do next, okay, for your sermon series. We'll go over here, and we'll just say, and we're almost done, you guys. Scriptures about deceit. Whoops, I spelled it wrong. What does the Bible say about deceit? Now, you'll already have this because Drew is ready to preach, right? But no one who practices deceit shall dwell in my house. Psalm 101:7. Let's say that's your text, okay? Psalm 101:7. We're going to add another text, and we're going to say Psalm 101:7. We're going to put that right here.